Good morning, everyone. In the last session, we started our discussion related to Linux operating system. We discussed where we are going to use Linux OS in the real time. As discussed that in the real time, application deployment process will happen on the Linux operating system only, and all the tools that we are using in the real time, DevOps tools like SonarQube, Jenkins, Docker, Kubernetes, Nexus, JFrog, EFK Stack, all these tools also will be installed on the Linux machines in the real time, and our application log files also will be stored on the Linux machines only. That is the reason having the knowledge on the Linux operating system is very important for every developer also. Okay, and we started discussion related to what is operating system, what is Windows operating system, and what is Linux operating system, and we discussed about how the Linux operating system came into market and what are the Linux distributions available in the market and how to set up Linux machine for our practice also we have discussed that. So Linux is community based operating system which is free of cost, and Linux is multi-user based operating system. Multiple users can connect with the Linux operating system at a time and can perform multitasking. Security features are very high in the Linux operating system. Because of these reasons, in the industry, companies are preferring Linux operating system for the servers and all that stuff. This Linux operating system is developed by Linus Torvalds. He has given the source code of the Linux for free of cost. That's why so many companies downloaded the source code of the Linux and modified according to their requirement and released into market with the different brand names. Those are called as Linux distributions. We have 200 plus Linux distributions like Amazon Linux, Ubuntu Linux, Debian Linux, SUSE Linux, Kali Linux, etc. So according to our requirement, we can use any one of the distribution for our practice. Fine. So we are from so many years we are using laptops with the Windows operating system. From now we have to work with the Linux operating system. How to set up that Linux operating system? We discussed that there are three approaches available. Directly you can install the Linux OS in your computer. Our second one, by using VirtualBox, you can install Linux operating system in the Windows operating system. Third option, directly set up one Linux machine in the AWS cloud and use that machine for our practice. So we are using that third approach. So in order to follow that process, yesterday I have given some videos also how to create the account in the AWS cloud. It is a free of cost, guys. No need to pay the amount. Then how to set up a Linux machine in the AWS cloud, how to connect with that machine by using Git bash, how to connect with that machine by using Mobile Extra, how to connect with that machine by using Putty. These three softwares are called as SSH client softwares, which are used to communicate with the Linux machines from the Windows machine. So here we are going to create a Linux machine in the AWS cloud. So that is called EC2 instance. That EC2 instance is 1 year free, monthly 750 hours we can run that machine. So yesterday I have shown you the calculation also. 24 hours if you run for 1 month continuously also, it is 720 hours only. Okay, you are safe here. You are not going to get any bill amount from the AWS cloud. From the Windows machine, you can connect with that Linux machine by using SSH connection, that is through Git bash, Mobile Extra, Putty, etc. How many of you able to complete this assignment, guys? How many of you able to create one Linux machine, able to connect with that Linux machine by using Git bash? Come on. Can you guys tell me how many of you able to complete, how many of you not able to complete this task?
Yes, sir, I have completed.
Yeah, so some people are completed, some people are completed successfully, completed. So how do you feel that, guys? Before coming to the class, you are able to complete the task. So what is your feeling, inner feeling? Come on. Is that the best approach, or after faculty is explained, then you have to do the practice? Which one you like? Which approach do you like?
This one is like, sir, we have to do some analysis first, then next study from you.
Yes, so you are doing some research and you are doing the task on your own. So self-learning, that is important, guys. So if you do the task before coming to the class, that will give you a good feeling, that will give you a good satisfaction, and it will give you the confidence. Always I will prefer first student has to try the task. Okay, first student has to try the task. If they are able to complete, then excellent. If they are not able to complete, then they can ask the questions in the class. Wherever they are facing the problem, they can look into that solution when I am doing the same thing in the class. All right, good, fine, guys. So here today I'm going to create one Linux machine and we will start working with the Linux machine today. Okay, so I logged in into my AWS account, guys. So whenever you log in into your AWS account, whenever you log in into your AWS account, the first step that you need to do is check here before your name. There will be one option called region option is available. So in the AWS, there is a concept called regions concept available and zones concept available. So our focus is not related to AWS now. Our focus is not related to AWS now. So our focus is related to Linux now. Our focus is related to Linux now. So that is the reason you don't need to bother about that concept. You don't need to bother about that concept. So you can select the region which is near for you. You can select the region which is near for you. So for me, I'm selecting Mumbai region. If anyone from the US, they can select the US region. Any region, that is fine. What is this region concept and all? We will look into the topic. Okay. So are you able to follow me? Once
Yes,
you
sir.
log in, can you
Yes,
see
sir.
my screen right, guys?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
sir.
Yeah, so once you log in, you can select the region which is nearest for you. So I'm selecting the Mumbai region. Mumbai region means the location, from which location you want to use the AWS resources. So in the AWS, so many regions are available. So in the US, some regions available. In the Mumbai, Mumbai region available. Singapore region, Sydney region, Tokyo region. So like that, there are so many regions available. Region, nothing but one location. So AWS is providing global infrastructure. So you want to use AWS resources from which location, that you are selecting as a region here. Okay, good. So once you select the region, here you can go to services concept. In the AWS, 200 plus services available, guys. Currently, we are using one service which is called EC2. EC2 stands for Elastic Compute Cloud. It is used to create virtual servers in the cloud. Virtual server, nothing but one machine that you want to create in the cloud. I want to use one machine. Instead of I am purchasing that machine, I will take the machine for rent from the AWS. So that is called EC2 machine. Okay. So once you select this bookmark here, that will be displayed here. EC2 is displayed. If you can't find that here, you can search for that EC2. EC2 stands for Elastic Compute Cloud, which is used to create virtual servers in the cloud. Let us click on that EC2. Okay, so when you click on the EC2, you can see the EC2 dashboard here. You can see the EC2 dashboard here. How many machines are available? How many machines are running? Okay, all that information you can access in the EC2 dashboard. Okay, in my AWS account, already 3 machines are available. Out of these 3 machines, 1 machine is in the running mode. Okay, so you forget about that. Now we want to create a new machine in the AWS cloud. So in order to create that new machine in the AWS cloud, there is an option called launch instance option is available. That means we want to create one new machine in the AWS cloud, new virtual machine. So click on launch instance. So launch instance, nothing but we want to create one machine. Okay, so for that machine, you can give any name, guys. So I'm giving the name as Linux VM. I want to create one Linux VM. So that Linux VM you want to create with, so I want to create one virtual machine in the EC2, right? That virtual machine should have which operating system? Amazon Linux, Ubuntu Linux, Mac machine, Red Hat Linux, or Windows OS. Which operating system you want to use in that machine? Operating system is a mediator between user and computer. Without operating system, we cannot use the computer. Okay, so here I'm going for Amazon Linux. Amazon Linux available, Ubuntu Linux available, Red Hat available, SUSE available. So what is the meaning of all these things, guys? Why these many Linux operating systems available? Do you know what is the purpose of them? They are called as Linux distributions. Okay, now you select Amazon Linux here. Then instance type, as I told you, AWS will provide you different types of machines with different configurations. So here we are using one type called T2 micro, which is free tier eligible. Free tier eligible, nothing but you can see your first year includes 750 hours of T2 micro in the regions. So here you can use these machines for free of cost for 1 year, and monthly 750 hours you are going to get. Okay, fine. So T2 micro. If you want a high configuration machine, you can select T2 medium, 4 GB RAM will be available. T2 large, 8 GB RAM will be available. But they are not free of cost. For those machines, charges applicable. Hourly basis charges will be available. How much they are going to charge per hour, that cost also you can see here. So currently I'm going with T2 micro, which is free tier eligible. Then after, for the machine security purpose, we need to create one key pair. If you already have a key pair, you can select it. If you don't have the key pair, you can create it. Key pair is nothing but a lock which is used to protect our machine. So outside people should not connect with our machine to perform the operations. Okay, there should be some lock for the machine we are creating, because AWS is a public cloud. So once my machine is created, so after seeing my machine public IP also, you should not be able to connect with my machine. Only I should use my machine. So for my machine, some security is required. That security we can provide by using key pair in the AWS. Okay, so create new key pair. Whenever you have a key pair, you can use it. One key pair we can use to create multiple machines also. For 10 EC2 instances also, single key pair is sufficient. There is no problem. But here I will show you how to create a new key pair. So let me click on create a new key pair. You can give any name for that key pair. I'm using the key pair name as Ashok IT. So click on create key pair. Observe, when I select key pair, click on create key pair. I'm using PEM file format, guys. So when I click on create key pair, that file will be downloaded, guys. Now you see Ashok IT PEM file is downloaded. So we need to use this PEM file to connect with that machine. So if you lost this PEM file, then you cannot connect with that machine. Okay, you need to save this PEM file carefully. Okay, fine. PEM file is created, I have selected. Then I'm not changing anything as it is. I'm going to launch this machine. So you observe, I have started creating a machine by using EC2. Name I am giving as Linux VM. AMI, Amazon Machine Image. That means what kind of operating system we want for that machine. I'm using Amazon Linux, that is free tier eligible, and instance type T2 micro free tier eligible. It is 1 GB RAM, guys. And the key pair, I have created a new key pair and I have selected that. Okay, then simply click on launch instance. So when you click on the launch instance, our Linux machine getting created in the AWS cloud. Okay, Linux machine creating in the AWS cloud. Successfully initiated the launch of the instance. This is the instance ID. So when you click on this instance ID, we can see the status of the machine. We can see the status of the machine, whether the machine is starting or not. What is the current state of the machine? Is it started or is it running? Is it stopped? Is it terminated? You can see the status. So you can see my Linux VM machine status is running. Okay, you can check this when that machine got created. So for that machine, I have used key name as Ashok IT. That is a PEM file I have downloaded. So just now my machine got created. Okay, so launch time, what is the key pair that we have used? You can see all that information. Now, so once your machine is ready, then we can connect with that machine by using SSH client. So as we discussed, there are multiple client softwares available. In order to connect with the Linux machine, from our Windows machine. Okay, we can use multiple softwares in order to connect with that Linux machine from the Windows machine. So here I'm going to use Git Bash as a client software to connect with that. Okay, so first, if you don't have the Git Bash in your system, you can download it. Download Git client. Okay, go to this website where you can find out download for Windows. So gitscm.com downloads option, you can download for the Windows. Then Git software will be downloaded in your system. So Git file will be downloaded. You just need to install the Git software. Okay. Once the Git software is installed in your system, then you can use Git Bash and you can connect with this software. You can connect with this machine by using this Git software. Okay. So here in the downloads, you can see git.exe file is downloaded. My PEM file is downloaded. Just you can double click and install the Git client. So already Git client is installed in my system. This key pair I'm storing in one location. Okay. So go to E directory. Here my key pair is available. I'm storing my key pair ashokit.pem file. So wherever the key pair is available, right click and open Git Bash. As Git client is already installed in our system, I can open Git client from here. So once Git client is opened from here, now I want to connect with the machine. So with which machine you want to connect, just you select that machine and click on connect option. So this is the Linux VM I want to connect, right? Select this Linux VM checkbox. So once you select this Linux VM checkbox, here there is a connect option. Click on connect option. SSH client connection is available. So this is the process that we need to follow to connect with the machine. Open SSH client. Yes, I opened my Git Bash, which is SSH client. Locate your private key used to launch the instance, that is ashokit PEM file. Yes, I kept my PEM file into one key page folder. From there only I have opened my Git Bash client. Run this command to ensure key is not publicly viewable. So this is the command we are executing, chmod command, which is used to change file permission. I want to give only read permission for this file. Just to copy this command as it is, by clicking on this icon, you can copy the command. Then go here, right click and paste. Let me execute that command. So what is this chmod? We will understand in the Linux classes. Okay, this is a Linux command which is used to give file, change the file permission. I'm giving only read permission for the PEM file. So once it is completed, connect to your instance using public DNS. This is the public DNS of our machine. We want to make a SSH connection. You just copy this example command. SSH connection with this machine using the PEM file. This is the username of the machine. This is the address of the machine. So once this chmod command is executed, then execute this example command. Just to copy this command and go here, right click and paste. Execute it. Okay, it is asking, are you sure you want to continue to connect that machine? Yes, I want to connect with that machine. Yes. With this, we are able to connect with the Linux machine successfully. With this, our Linux machine is ready. So we have created Amazon Linux machine in the AWS cloud. Now, this Linux machine is a CLI based machine. We can perform the operations on the Linux machine by using Linux commands. This is the process that we are following to set up a Linux machine in the AWS cloud. So what I have done today, I logged in into my AWS cloud account. I created EC2 instance Linux VM by using Amazon Linux, and instance type I have used as T2 micro, which is free tier eligible. T2 micro, free tier eligible. In some regions T3 micro will be available, guys. In some regions T2 micro will be available. In some regions T3 micro will be available. No problem, anything is fine. Ravi Shankar, you used T3 micro, which is free tier eligible, right? No problem, guys. Yes. In some regions T2 micro is free of cost. In some regions, T3 micro is free of cost. Okay. So once we have done with this, connect with EC2 instance using SSH client. I used Git bash to connect with that. So with this, my Linux machine is ready. With this, my Linux machine is ready. Are you guys able to understand the process? Same thing I have explained in the video also. Yesterday itself, I have given the video how to set up a Linux machine, how to connect with that Linux machine by using Git bash. If you are clear with this approach, could you please confirm in the chat box? Are you able to understand how I have configured my Linux virtual machine and how I connected with my Linux virtual machine? Is it clear for everyone? I need response from you guys. Yes. So once we are done with the Linux virtual machine setup, then we need to work with Linux commands. We need to work with Linux commands. And observe guys, learning Linux operating system means learning how to work with Linux commands. So Linux is CLI based operating system. As we discussed, Linux is CLI based OS. Okay, we will perform operations in the Linux machine with the commands only. We will perform operations in the Linux VM using Linux commands. If you want to create a file, if you want to edit the file, delete the file, read the file data, okay, change the file name, delete the file, install the software, run the application, check the logs of the application. Whatever the operation that you want to perform in the Linux machine, for that we need to use Linux commands only. So if you go to Windows operating system, Windows is GUI based operating system, whereas Linux is CLI based operating system. Okay guys, so Windows is GUI based operating system, whereas Linux is CLI based operating system. So when you go to Windows, when you right click here, there is an option to create a new folder. But in the Linux, can you do that right click here? No. So here it is CLI based operating system. Everything we need to perform based on the commands only. First let us see basic commands. Okay. So once I connect with the Linux machine, this is my terminal. You can see this is the username of the machine and this is IP address of the machine. I connected with this machine. First let me check who am I. Okay, who am I is a command in the Linux which will tell you who is the currently logged in user, with which user account we logged in into our Linux machine. We logged in into this Linux machine by using EC2 user. So as we created Amazon Linux machine, by default one user also will be available. That username is EC2 user. EC2 user. Who am I? Then next one, PWD. PWD is nothing but present working directory. Okay, so we connected with the Linux machine. Some directory structure will be available, right? So what is our present working directory in the Linux? /home /EC2 user. Inside the home directory, inside the EC2 user directory, currently we are available. That is our present working directory. Okay, you can check the today's date also, date command. Okay, it is displaying today's date here in the UTC format. My machine is in the AWS cloud, right? So according to that machine, it is displaying the time zone. Similarly, you can execute cal command. Current month calendar, it is displaying. Current month calendar, it is displaying. Suppose if you give calendar 2025, it is going to display the calendar of particular year also. So if you execute cal command, it is displaying the current month calendar. If you execute cal with the year name, that particular year calendar also it is going to display. Okay, so we have seen the three commands. Who am I? Display currently logged in username. Okay, PWD, what is our present working directory? Date command, current date it is displaying. Cal command, current month, current year, current month calendar it is displaying. If you want to get the calendar of the particular year, okay, 2050 calendar, if you want to see, cal space that year, it is going to display the year 2050 calendar also. Okay, 2050 year calendar also we are able to see by using this cal command. Clear, guys? Good. So we are going to practice everything based on commands. So working with the Linux operating system is nothing but working with the Linux commands only. Okay, who am I? PWD, date command, cal command, calendar of 2025. So cal command will give you current month calendar, cal with year, particular year calendar also we are going to get. Linux is CLI based operating system. We will perform operations in the Linux machine using Linux commands only. These are some basic commands in the Linux. Okay, so once it is done, now there is a command called mkdir. There is a command called mkdir command is available, which is used to create a directory in the Linux. mkdir is used to create a directory in the Linux. Okay, first of all, I want to see what all the directories available in the present working directory. My present working directory is /home/ec2 user. Execute ls command. Ls means list the content in the present working directory. So in my present working directory, there is no content available. That's why I'm not getting any output. In my present working directory, there is no content available. That's why I'm not getting anything. So in the Windows, if you want to create a folder, directly right click new folder. You can do like this. But in the Linux, if you want to create a folder, we need to use a command mkdir. Mkdir, I want to create a directory 1. Okay, ls command. Now you see my first directory got created. Similarly, you can create multiple directories. Directory 2, directory 3, you can create ls command. Directory 1, directory 2, directory 3. 3 directories I have created. So to create a directory in the Linux, we are using a command called mkdir. If you want to delete that directory, rmdir. rmdir directory 3, I have deleted. So earlier, 3 directories available, now only 2 directories available. So mkdir, rmdir. mkdir is used to make the directory, rmdir is used to remove the empty directory. If this directory does not have any content, then we can remove the directory by using rmdir command. Okay, rmdir directory 2. rmdir directory 2 ls command. Now you can see there is only one directory is available. Okay, so these are the two commands here. One is mkdir, another one is rmdir. mkdir make directory. mkdir is used to make the directory. rmdir remove empty directory. Okay, this is used to remove the empty directory. That means if that directory does not contain any data, there is no data available, there is no file available in the directory, then you can remove that by using rmdir. Are you clear with my point? Okay, next one, ls command is available, which is used to list the files of present working directory. List the files of present working directory you can do by using ls command. Okay, I want to see what all the files available in the present working directory. For that I can go for ls command. ls command. Okay, fine. Next one, when you are going for ls command, guys, you can give some options to the ls command. ls-l, ls-r, ls-lr, okay, ls-ltr. Like this you can pass some options. ls-la, you can give some options to the ls command. So if you execute just ls command, it will give you the content. Okay, but if you go for ls-l, it will tell you the more details, when this directory got created, who created this directory, Okay, which user is who is the owner of this directory? This directory belongs to which group? What permissions available for this directory? So you can see more information about the directory by using ls-l command. ls-l command is used to list the directories and files, the present working directory content. So what data is available in my present working directory, I can get by using ls command. So if you execute just ls, it will display the files in the single line. But I want to see more information about the files and directories, who created, when created, what permissions available for those files and directories in the machine. For that, I can go for ls-l. Okay, so let me make some directories: mkdir Java, mkdir Java, Python, AWS, DevOps. Okay, now multiple directories are available. So with a single command, I'm able to create multiple directories at a time. So when I use the ls command, it is displaying the files and directory names in the single line. But if I use ls-l, now it is displaying all the files in the alphabetical order. Okay, so ls-l display in alphabetical order. When you go for ls-r command, when you go for ls-r, reverse of alphabetical order, ls-lr. Okay, earlier from AWS to Python, it displayed when I use ls-l. Now when I use ls-lr, it is displaying in the reverse of alphabetical order. ls-l, ls-lr. LR means display in reverse of alphabetical order. Display in the reverse of alphabetical order. ls-l, ls-lr. ls-lt is available, ltr is available, la is available. So when you go for ls command, it is going to display the files of the present working directory. So in the Windows, you have option to type and date wise, size wise, you can sort the data. But in the Windows, you can sort the data with the GUI options. But in the Linux, CLI. ls command is used to list the content. ls-l display the files in the alphabetical order. ls-l means long listing. With alphabetical order, all the file names will be displayed with more information. ls-lr, it is going to display the files in the reverse of alphabetical order. Similarly, ls-lt, when you go for ls-lt, it will display latest files on the top. Directory 1 I created first. Okay, then I created these directories. Okay, so whenever you go for ls-lt, it will display files based on the timestamp. Display files based on timestamp. Latest on top. Okay, so what are the latest files you created or latest files you modified? Those files will come on the top. So if you go for ls-lt, you can see the directory which I created first is displaying at the last. The directory which I created last coming on the top. That means latest files come to the top when you go for ls-lt. Suppose if you use ls-ltr, then old files coming to the top, latest files going to the bottom. I want to see old files first, latest files at the bottom. Then you can go for ls-ltr. You can go for ls-ltr. So ltr means display old files on top, latest files at bottom, and latest at bottom. Guys, is my audio clear? Is my voice clear for everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Ravi, it is from your side only, man. Ravi is saying there is some audio issue from my side. So people are able to hear clearly. Ravi Vemulwada, that is issue from your end. Could you please check it?
Yeah, sometimes it is happening actually. Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes your
Now it
voice
is
is
clear.
getting
Yeah, sometimes, yeah, even
Okay,
others also
okay.
facing.
Good. Fine, sir. Now, can you check it now?
Now it is fine, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
good.
okay.
Yeah. So we are trying to understand what is ls command. Ls command is used to list the files of the present working directory. ls-l, it is displaying the files in the alphabetical order. ls-lr, display the files in the reverse of alphabetical order. ls-lt, display the files based on the timestamp. Latest files will come on the top, old files will go to the bottom. ls-ltr, display old files on the top and latest files at the bottom. ls-la command is available. Okay, ls-la means display hidden files also. Okay, display hidden files. Some files will be having hidden files will be available, guys. We are going to hide some files in the operating system. When you are going to hide the files, when you want to hide the files, the file will start with dot. So if your file name is having dot, that means it is a hidden file. So if you want to see the hidden files, ls-la command we can use. Suppose if I use ls-l, is it showing the hidden files in the directory? ls-l command, is it showing the hidden files or it is not showing the hidden files? Come on, guys.
Not showing.
It is not showing the hidden files. Now let me execute ls-la command. Can you see our directories are available and there are some hidden files also available? The files which are starting with dot, they are called as hidden files. If you want to see the hidden files available in the Linux machine, then you will use ls-la command. You will use ls-la command. Are you guys clear? mkdir, rmdir and ls command. mkdir is used to make the directory. rmdir is used to remove the empty directory. ls command is used to list the files of the present working directory. ls-l, display the files in the alphabetical order. ls-lr, display the files in the reverse of alphabetical order. ls-lt, display files based on the timestamp, latest files on the top. ls-ltr, display old files on the top and latest files at the bottom. ls-la, display the hidden files. The hidden files nothing but the files which are having .a, those files are called as hidden files. Are you clear with my point? Good. Next one, there is a command called cd command is available. Cd command is used to change directory. Navigation, guys. Navigation. If you want to change the directory, then if you want to go from one directory to another directory, then you can use cd command. Okay, ls-l. Currently I am in the ec2 user directory. Now I want to go into java directory. Okay, so in the windows, what you will do, if you want to go from one directory to another directory, currently I am in the e directory. Okay, I'm in the e directory. From the e directory I want to go to my classes directory. Double click, classes open. I want to go to jrtp directory. Double click, directory open. So if you want to do same thing in the Linux machine, we will use cd command. My present working directory is a /home/ec2 user. I want to go inside Java directory. cd space Java. Now we are inside the Java directory. Earlier, our present directory was home ec2 user. Now our present working directory, home ec2 user Java. Now I am inside the Java directory. Okay, so if you want to go inside the directory, if you want to change the directory, then you can use cd change directory. Now I want to come out from the Java directory. cd space double dot. Double dot means come out from the directory. Okay, so now you can see my present working directory is ec2 user. Now I want to go into AWS directory. cd space AWS. Now pwd, I'm in the AWS. I want to come out from the AWS directory. cd space dot dot. Okay, so you can go inside the directory, you can come out from the directory by using cd command. Okay, now let me do this once again. cd space Java. Okay, now if I use cd dot dot slash dot dot, then what will happen? Now what will happen, guys?
It will come to home.
Yes, two directories we are coming out. So we are coming out from the Java directory. We are coming out from the EC2 user directory. That means we are going to the home directory. Okay, done. Now you can check pwd/home. We are inside the home directory. ls. Inside the home directory, EC2 user directory is available. I want to go inside the EC2 user directory. For that, cd space EC2 user. We are in the EC2 user directory. Now, ls, here there are some directories available. ls-l, okay, long listing. cd space Java. I'm inside the Java directory. ls command. Inside the Java, nothing is available. Come out from that. cd space .. We are in the EC2 user directory. So I hope you understood what is cd command. cd is used to change the directory, navigation. cd space directory name. Okay, go inside the directory. Go inside the directory. cd space .. Okay, come out from the directory. Come out from the directory. So if you want to go inside one directory, you want to come out from the directory, for that we can go for this cd command. Are you guys clear? What is ls and what is the cd? ls is used to list the files of the present working directory. cd command is used to change the directory. You can go inside the directory, you can come out from the directory also by using cd. This is called CLI based operating system, guys. Windows is GUI based operating system. For everything, graphical user interface available in the Windows. Whereas in the Linux, everything is command based. By using commands, we can perform operations on the Linux machine. Linux is CLI based operating system. Are you guys able to follow me?
Yes, sir.
Are you guys able to follow me? Are you clear with the commands that we have practiced as of now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Next one. I want to create the files in the Linux machine. I want to create files in the Linux machine. As of now, we created the directory by using mkdir command, right? Now I want to create the files in the Linux machine. Okay. Now, to create the files in the Linux machine, there are multiple options available. So first I'm going to use touch option. Touch command I'm using. Touch space f1.txt. By using touch command, we can create a file. Now you see, earlier when I execute ls-l, there is no file available. Now I have executed touch command. So with this, my file got created. So touch command is used to create empty files in the Linux machine. One empty file I want to create in the Linux machine. To create empty files in the Linux machine, we are going to use touch command. So now, by using touch command, I can create multiple files also. f2.txt, f3.txt, f4.txt also. Now, ls-l. You can see f1, f2, f3, f4. Several files we have created. So by using which command we created the files? Touch command. Touch. To create empty files. To create empty files, touch f1.txt. You can use touch f2.txt, f3.txt, f4.txt. Multiple files you can create at a time by using touch command. So mkdir is used to create the directory, which is used to make the directory. So you can use the syntax like this: mkdir, some Java, Python, AWS, DevOps. So multiple directories can be created at a time by using this mkdir command. rmdir command is available, which is used to remove the directory. mkdir to make the directory, rmdir to remove the directory, ls to list the content, cd to change the directory, go inside the directory, come out from the directory, touch command, which is used to create empty files, guys. Touch command is used to create the empty files in the Linux machine. Then I want to create the file with the data. I want to create a file with the data. So to create the file with the data, there is a command called cat command is available. Cat command. Okay, create file with data plus append data to the file plus print file data. By using cat command, we can perform three types of operations. By using cat command, we can perform three types of operations. One is you can create a file with data. Touch command we used, but by using touch command, we are able to create only empty files. By using touch command, we are able to create only empty files. Now I want to create a file with some data. Then I can go for cat command. I want to add the data to the existing file. Then also I can use cat command. I want to print the data available in the file. Then also I can go for cat command. Let us see the syntax now. Cat arrow file name. Okay. And cat double arrow file name. Cat space file name. Okay. So here these are the three syntaxes that we are going to follow. If you use one arrow, that means it will create file with data. Okay. So when you use a single arrow, if the file is already available, it will overwrite the data. Okay. Create a new file with data. Create new file with data. Okay. If already there is some data in the file, it will overwrite that data. Okay. Old data will not be available in the file. When you go for cat double arrow, then append data to the file. Append data to the file. Append data to the file. Cat file name. Print file data. Print file data. So cat command is available, guys. Cat command is used to create file with data, append the data to the file, and print the file data also. So this arrow, one arrow if you use, then it will create a new file with data. If already there is a file with some data with the same name, then it will delete that. It will overwrite the old data. Okay. I don't want to overwrite the old data. I want to append a new data to the existing data. Then you need to go for double arrow. Okay. So if you want to print the data of the file, I want to print the content available in the file, then I can go for cat file name. It will print file data from top to bottom. It will print file data from top to bottom. Now let us see. Let me create the new file now along with data by using cat command. Already F series files are available. Okay, let me go for some other files now. Okay, good. Cat arrow linex.txt. Okay, single arrow I'm creating. With that name, file is not available. I want to create a new file along with the data. You can create file by using cat command. You can create file by using touch command. When you use cat command, new file will be created along with the data. Cat arrow linex.txt. Okay, it is waiting for the data. Linux is free OS. Linux is community based OS. Linux is community based OS. Linux is multi-user based OS. Linux is multi-user based OS. Linux is CLI based OS. Okay, so like this, there are 4 lines of data I'm writing to the file. Once your data writing process completed, press Ctrl D. Okay, you press Ctrl D, that means you are coming out from that file. So I'm using cat arrow file name. So there are 4 lines of data is available. Okay, now let me use cat space file name. Whatever the data is available in the file, it is printing. Okay, cat single arrow, it is used to write the data to the file. Create a file along with data. For that we can go for this cat command. If you want to print the data available in the file, cat space file name. It is printing the data which is available in the file. I want to append data to the file. Already 4 lines available. I want to add the 5th line. So to add the 5th line, cat double arrow. If you give single arrow, it will overwrite the data. If you want to append the data, you need to go for a double arrow. Cat double arrow linex.txt. Okay, Linux is Linux is very interesting. Linux is very interesting. Then control D. Now print the data. Am I losing the old data or I'm not losing the old data? Guys, am I losing the old data? I'm not losing the old data. I'm not losing the old data. Why? Because I am using double arrow, which is used for appending the data. If I use a single arrow, it will overwrite the data. When I use a double arrow, it will append the data. And when I use a cat with the file name, it is going to print the data. It is going to print the data. Now, let me use a single arrow for the file. Now you see cat space file name. Okay, there are 5 lines available. There are 5 lines of data is available. I want to print data along with the line number. And actually in my file, line numbers are not available. But while printing the data, I want to print along with the line number. Cat space -n space file name. Now you can see there are 5 lines of data is available. If you use a cat space file name, it is printing the data as it is. Whatever is available in the file, it is printing as it is. But I want to print the data by giving some line numbers also. For that, you can use cat-n space file name. It is printing the data along with the line numbers. Are you guys clear with my point? Come on, guys.
Yes, sir.
Sir, did we able to restrict the number of lines to print? Like out of 5, did we able to print 4, 3 like that?
That we are going to do by using other commands like sed command is available, awk commands are available to do the file data processing. By using cat command, you can't restrict. Cat command will print everything which is available in the file from top to bottom. Are you clear with my point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, fine. So guys, you understand what is the purpose of cat command with -n, cat-n file name? What is the meaning of this?
To
Print
the
the
number
file
of lines.
data along with the line
Line
number.
numbers.
What is the difference between this single arrow and double arrow?
Single arrow is to create the file with the data. Double arrow is to display the file. By appending the data, we will display the
Single
file.
arrow is used to create a new file with the data. Double arrow is used to append data to the existing file. Append data to the existing file data. Okay. Suppose if I use a single arrow, already my file is having 5 lines of data. Now, if I use a cat arrow linux.txt, okay. So if I do like this, what will happen?
Overwrite.
We display the data.
Data will overwrite.
It will be empty file.
Yes, it is going to treat this as a new file and it will overwrite the old data. We will lose our old data. So we should be very careful. Okay. So currently you check it. I have several files. Okay. There is a file with a name called linux.txt. I want to print the content of that file. What is the command to print the content? Cat space file. I want to print the content along with the line number.
Cat-n
And
Linux.
cat-n linux.txt. Okay. There are 5 lines available. I want to add the 6th line to the file.
cat double arrow.
Greater than.
Yes.
Double arrow.
This is called write operation. Okay. Cat double arrow linux.txt. Linux is very interesting, right? Linux developed by Linus Torvalds. Linux developed by Linus Torvalds. Okay, how to close this file?
Command D.
Control D.
Control D.
Control D. Yes, I closed it. Now again print the content. Yes, can you see 6th line is added to the file? Guys, can you see 6th line is added to the file?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah.
6th line is added to the file. Now for example, if I use cat single arrow linux.txt, okay, Linux having 200 plus distributions. Okay, I'm using single arrow. Now let me print the content of the file. 7 lines will be available or 1 line is available?
One line.
One line.
Actually here already
It will
there are 6
override.
lines available. I am
Yeah,
writing one more line of data. Total it should be 7 lines, right? But why there is only 1 line?
Because we
Overridden.
Overriding.
Single
Right.
arrow is
Overriding
going
the
to
older.
overwrite the data. Double arrow is going to append
Append
the
the
data.
Append the data.
Are you clear with the cat command?
Yes.
Cat
Yes,
command
sir.
can be used for 3 reasons. Create file with data, append data to the file, and print file data. So this command is used to create a new file with the data. This command is used to append the data to the existing file. This is used to print the data from top to bottom. This is used to print file data along with the line numbers. Are you clear? Guys, now tell me, Linux is easy or difficult?
easy.
Easy.
We know command that is easy. If we don't know the command, then it is hell.
Working with Linux means working with commands only. If you know how to use the commands, then you can work with the Linux operating system. Okay. Once you understand all these commands, once you practice all these commands, you will not use Windows OS. Linux is very interesting. It is CLI based, guys. So you need to habituate with these Linux commands. Once you are habituate with the Linux commands now, you will start liking the Linux OS like anything. You will not get interest to use the Windows operating system once you are familiar with the Linux operating system. Because as a developer, we will like to write with the keyboard, right? We will type, we will get the interest when we are doing something with the keyboard as a developer. So with the developer mindset, if you think, Linux is very interesting operating system than Windows operating system. Personally, I like Linux operating system. I like to work with the Linux operating system than Windows operating system. So if you know all these commands, if you are habituated to this Linux OS, then you will enjoy to work with the Linux machines. And in the real time, definitely you have to work with the Linux machines only. There is no alternate, because every company will use Linux machines only in the real time for the infrastructure setup, for the operations, for the servers, for the deployment, for the logs. Companies are going to use Linux operating system only, not the Windows. Windows you will use only for your coding purpose. That's it.
Hello, Ashok.
Yes.
While appending data, if the file is not exist, will it create new or?
Yes, it will create the new and it will do that.
Okay.
It will check the file presence. If not available, it will create and it will add the data.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Can we undo the changes that
Yes, sir, we can do that. We can do that. We'll come to that.
And is it possible to restrict overriding, Ashok?
Yes, sir. File permissions will be available, sir. We can work on the file permissions. We just started with the basic commands, right? We'll see all those things also.
Hello.
Good. Fine. So we understood what is cat command and how to work with this. Next one, I want to remove the files. I want to remove the files. Okay. To remove the files, there is a command called rm command. rm f1.txt. Okay. So the file is removed. If you want to delete the file in the Linux machine, then you will use a command called rm command. Now you check it, ls-l, f1 file is not available. Only we have f2, f3, f4. Now I want to delete those f series files also. For this I can go for again rm command. Okay, ls-l, files are available, rm f2.txt. Yes, f2 file also deleted. F2 file is also deleted. So what is the purpose of rm command? Rm command is used to remove the files and directories also. Here if you see, we have used rmdir. What is the purpose of rmdir? To remove
the directory.
empty directory. Suppose if my directory having some data, then how to delete the non-empty directory? To delete the non-empty directory, we will use rm command only. Rm command. Okay. So rmdir, which is used to remove empty directory. If the directory is not empty means there are some files available in the directory. So to delete the non-empty directories also we will use rm command. Rm remove files. Okay, you can use rm f1.txt. If you want to delete non-empty directories, rm-rf space some DevOps. Okay, so this is a directory which is not empty. Not empty means there is some content available in the directory. So that is, there is some content available in the directory. If you want to delete the directory which is having some content, then rm space -rf space DevOps. So R means recursive, F means forcefully. Okay, now see here. Currently, I have some directories here, DevOps directory. So my present working directory is EC2 user. Go inside the DevOps directory, cd space DevOps. I'm inside the DevOps directory. Currently, do we have any data in the DevOps directory? No, we don't have any data. Can we create some files in the DevOps directory? Come on, guys. What is the command to create a file? I want to create one empty file. How to create a file in the directory?
Cat and find.
Empty file I want to create.
Touch command, sir.
Touch command.
Command. Touch.
What is the command?
Touch.
Touch command. To create the empty
Touch
files
command.
we are going to use touch command.
Touch.
So how to check my present working directory?
PWD.
PWD. So PWD means not password, guys. It is present working directory. Okay, good. Now I'm in the DevOps directory. In the DevOps directory, currently no files available. Empty. Let me create some files. Touch some a1.txt and a2.txt. Okay. Now there are two files available in the DevOps. Let me come out from the DevOps directory. Okay, cd space double dot. My present working directory is EC2. Yes, DevOps is available. DevOps is a normal file or DevOps is a directory now?
Directory.
Directory.
Folder. In the Windows we'll call it as a folder. In the Windows we call it as a folder. In the Linux we call it as a directory. Am I correct? In the Windows we call it as a folder. In the Linux it is called as a directory. Perfect. Now, what is the command to delete a directory in the Linux?
RM.
RMDIR.
RM.
Okay, RMDIR. Yes. What it is saying when I try to delete the directory?
Not empty. Directory is not.
Directory is not empty. That means there is some file. There are some files available in the directory. So now can you read what is the purpose of RMDIR command?
Yes, sir.
Remove directory.
Remove directory. What directory?
Empty
Empty
directory.
directory.
If that directory does not contains any data, if there is no file inside the directory, then only we can remove it by using a command called RMDIR. But now my directory is not empty. There are some files available in the directory. So how to delete the non-empty directories? Okay, first can we see what files available in the directory? ls-l means it will print the data of the present working directory. If I go for ls-l space DevOps, what is the meaning of this command? If I use just ls-l display present working directory content. If I use the ls-l space DevOps, it will print the content of the given directory. Are you getting my point? ls-l DevOps. So now you see, when I use just ls-l present working directory files, it is printing. When I use ls-l DevOps, it is printing the content of that particular directory. So DevOps directory having A1, A2 files. That directory is not empty. When the directory is not empty, you can't use RMDIR. It is saying directory not empty. So if you want to delete non-empty directories, then what we need to do? So for this, RF DevOps. What is the meaning of RF here?
Recursive.
R means recursive. F means forcefully. Recursive nothing but go inside the DevOps directory. Recursively nothing but delete all the files available in the directory. So in the directory, 1 or 2 files or 10 to 20 files, 30, 100 files also can be available. Recursively you delete all the files and forcefully you delete all of them and finally delete the directory also. If you want to delete empty directory, rmdir. If you want to delete a non-empty directory, rm-rf space directory. Okay, now that DevOps directory got deleted. You check this command, rm command. Rm command is used to delete the files as well as to delete the non-empty directories also. You can delete a file and you can delete non-empty directory also by using this rmdir command.
What is the total there? Every time it is
We'll talk
showing
about
total
that.
0.
We'll talk about
Okay.
that. So all these things we don't know as of now. We know only directory name. We'll come to these topics in the coming classes. Okay. Good.
Fine.
Fine.
Sir,
So
do
with
we
this we are
require
able to understand what is cat command and what is rm command. Remove the files and as well as remove the non-empty directory. Remove the file. Remove the file. Remove non-empty directory.
Can we use regular expressions with RM?
Sorry. Can we use?
Regular expressions.
Yeah, we can use regular expressions also with the rm. Suppose I want to delete all the files which are having .txt extension. Okay. So lsfnl, I want to delete all the files which are having .txt, rm space star.txt. Then it will delete all the text files which are available. You can use that. Good. Now, next one. ls-l, we have some files. Let us see linux.txt, cat linux.txt. So in the linux.txt, one line of data is available. Now, I want to copy the data from one file to another file. Are you guys getting my point? I want to copy the data from one file to another file. For that, we are going to use a command called cp command. What is the cp? Copy. To copy the data from one file to another file in the Linux, we are going to use a command called cp command. Okay. So now linux.txt file is available. I want to copy this data to another file, guys. cp source file linux.txt. New file I want os.txt. But currently in our present working directory, do we have a file with a name called os?
No.
No.
Do we have a file with a name called os? No. So linux.txt is available. That file data I want to copy into os.txt. That os.txt not available. Now ls-l, you can see os.txt file got created. Let me print the content of the os.txt. Are we able to copy the data?
Yes.
Yes. Earlier we have linux.txt file. I have used cat command with the file name. It is printing the data of the file. Then I have used cp command, which is used to copy the data from one file to another file. This is the source file and this is the target file. The target file is not available. It created that file and it copied the data. cp command, which is used to copy the data from one file to another file. cp command is used to copy the data from one file to another file. Okay, good. Now let us write this command cp. Copy the file content. Okay, cp f1.txt to f2.txt. So the data which is available in the f1.txt file will be copied into f2.txt file. Is it mandatory that f2 file should be available?
No.
Is it
No.
mandatory that f2 file should be available or it's not mandatory?
No, not mandatory.
Not mandatory. If the file is not available, what Linux is doing?
It will create the file.
It will create the file and it will copy the data to the file.
Copy
Now
the
for
content.
example, I want to copy the data from two files to the third file. Currently using copy the data from one file to another file. Copy the file content, copy the data from one file to another file. If you want to copy the data from one file to another file, then we can go for a command called cp command. But for example, I want to copy the data from two files to third file. Are you getting my requirement?
Yes, yes, Vishnu.
cp command is used to copy the data from one file to another file. Now my requirement is F1, F2 files data I want to copy into F3 file. How to copy the data from more than one file into another file?
That file should be added.
Sorry?
That file should be added. CPA1 F2.
No?
Give double arrow.
Yes.
We can use cat.
We will give arrow.
Yeah, generally cat command, cp command will support only from one file to another file. If you want to copy the data from more than one file, then we will go for cat command only. Okay. If to copy the data from multiple files, we need to use cat command like below. Okay, cat f1.txt, f2.txt, double arrow f3.txt. Like this you can do it. If you have only one file to copy, then you can use a cp. If you have more than one file to copy, then you can go for cat command like this. To copy the data from one file to another file, you can use like this. If you want to copy the data from multiple files, we need to use cat command like below. Yes, let's try this. Okay, I'm creating
here would be double
one minute, sir. 1 minute. Cat m1.txt. This is m1 file data. Okay, I'm going for cat of m2.txt. This is m2 file data. Okay, so I have created two files with data by using cat command. You can check it. m1.txt and m2.txt. Two files are created. You can print the data also. Cat m1.txt, cat m2.txt also. m1, m2, two files are available with the data. Now I want to copy these two files data into m3.txt, but actually m3 file is not available. Okay, cat m1.txt, m2.txt to m3.txt. This is the command. What I am trying to do now, I want to copy the data from two files to third file. Done. Okay, let us check it. ls-l m3.txt created. Yes. So earlier we have only m1, m2, m3 file is not available. I have printed the data of m1 and m2. This is m1 file data. This is m2 file data. Cat m1, m2 to m3. So this m1, m2 files data copied to m3.txt. Okay, m3 file is created. Let me print the content of m3. Cat m3.txt. Can you see m1 file data, m2 file data, both files data copied to m3 file?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? So when to use cp, when to use this cat?
For single file copy, we use CP.
Single file copy.
Yes, for single file copy, we can use the cp command. For if you want to copy more than one file data, then we can go for cat command.
Cat command.
Okay, very good. Next one, I want to rename the file, guys. File name change. So currently there is a name called linex.txt. I want to change this name to linuxos.txt. File name change. How we will do the file name change in the Windows? F2, just rename the file, or right click the file and go to rename option. This is called GUI. Windows is a GUI based operating system, whereas Linux is CLI based operating system. How to rename a file? To rename a file in the Linux, there is a command called mv command is available. to rename the file in the Linux, there is a command called mv command. Rename plus move the files. Rename file or directory plus move the file or directory. Okay, so you can rename the file, you can rename the directory also, and you can also use this mv command to move the file from one location to another location. That means currently os.txt is available in my present working directory. I want to move this os.txt file to AWS directory. I want to cut, I want to paste here, move from one location to another location. So mv command you can use for renaming the files and directories, as well as you can use mv command to move the content from one location to move the files and directories from one location to another location also. Are you able to understand what is the purpose of mv command? Are you able to understand what is the purpose of mv command?
Yes, Ashok.
It is used to rename the file
Rename
and
and move the
directory.
file.
And what is the second reason? Second purpose?
Move the
Move the
directory.
file.
Move the files from one directory to
Another
directory.
Directory.
Okay, good. See here, ls-l. There is a file available with a name called linux.txt. Let me rename it. mv, original name linux.txt, existing name. New name I want linux-os.txt. Current name is linux.txt. The new name I want to give is linuxos.txt. mv command. Execute it. Done. ls-l. Now you see, earlier the file name is linux.txt. Now it is changed to linuxos.txt. So can I say mv is used to rename the file? Guys, can we say that mv is used to rename the file?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
fine.
sir.
We are able to change the name. Right. Next one. Currently, ls-l AWS. What is the purpose of ls-l AWS?
We can see the list of the files in AWS folder.
If I use just
That's it.
ls-l, it will print the content of the present working directory. But I want to see the content of the particular directory. ls-l space AWS. ls-l space AWS. So in that directory, do we have any data?
No.
Any files available in that AWS directory? No files available in the AWS directory. No files available in the AWS directory. Now
AWS
I
directory.
want to move this os.txt file into AWS directory. Currently os.txt available in the present working directory. In the AWS directory, nothing is available. I want to move the file from here to AWS directory. mv, what is the file? os.txt,
File name and directory
where
name.
you want to move
os.txt.
in the AWS.
AWS.
mv, present path and new path. Currently the file available here. I want to move that file into AWS directory. Yes, done. ls-l. Now can you check os.txt available in the present working directory?
No.
Earlier, when I execute ls-l command, os.txt file is available. In the AWS directory, nothing is available. Then I have executed mv os.txt space AWS. What is the meaning? Move this file from here to
AWS command.
okay.
Directory.
Now let me print ls-l space AWS. Do we have this file in the AWS directory now? We are able to move the file from present working directory to AWS directory. Move the file. And it is also used to rename the file and rename the directory. Are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Rename the file and directory. Okay. mv. Okay. Present name.
Directory
File.
name.
For example, I have the present file as linux.txt. I'm giving the new name linuxos.txt. mv, currently I have linuxos.txt. Currently I have some git.txt. I want to move that to DevOps directory. Okay, this is used to rename the file, and this is used to move the file from one directory to another directory. All right. Yes. Now here, what all the commands that we have executed in the Linux today, you can get the list of all the commands by using a command called history. When you execute a history command, today we have executed commands 149 times. What all the commands I have executed today, you can see the list of the commands. Clear command to clear the terminal. Who am I? To check the currently logged in username. PWD, present working directory. Date command, cal command. Okay, ls command, mkdir, rmdir. Then we discussed about touch command. Okay, cat command. And we discussed about rm command. We discussed about cp command. Then we discussed about mv command. Okay, so history command, which will print the list of commands that we have, what we have done in the Linux machine today, what commands that we have executed in the machine today, all the commands list we can get by using history command. Okay, so look at this one, guys. So we are able to understand what is Linux operating system, and we are able to create our Linux machine in the AWS cloud. We are able to connect with that Linux machine by using Git Bash. You can connect with Linux machine using Git Bash or Mobile Extreme or Putty. You can go through these videos also and you can understand that process. And commands that we executed, mkdir to make the directory, rmdir to remove the empty directory, ls command to list the files of the present working directory, cd command to change the directory, touch command to create the empty files, cat command, 3 reasons available: file with data, create file with data, append data to the file, and print file data. rm command, remove the files. cp command, copy the data from one file to another file. And so if you want to copy the data from more than one file, then again we are using cat command only. mv command to rename the file and directory, and it is also used to move the file or directory from one location to another location. Okay, so this is our class today, guys. So I'm done with this, and I'm going to upload these notes in our website. So you guys already got the access to download that notes. I will show you once again how to access class notes from our portal. Let me update the notes first. Every day after the class is completed, notes will be updated in the website for your practice, and video will be uploaded by afternoon, guys. Okay, Linux running notes is available. Same file I am updating. Now I will show you how you guys can access that notes also. Linux running notes I have updated. Okay, good. So anyone who got the access in the website, who has completed the enrollment process, who got the access in the website, I will show them. I will show you how to access the class notes, how to access the Zoom link, how to access the backup videos of this course. Is there anybody who got the access in the website?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, I have got it.
Yes, sir. I have got.
Yeah, Gunjan Kumar, you got the access, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Gunjan, can you please share your screen? Could you please share your screen? Guys, all of you observe from tomorrow how to join the class. I'm going to show you now. So you no need to call the admin team for the Zoom link, for the backup videos, for the class notes. Everything will be available in the website. Just observe how to access all the class information. Because morning 7 o'clock our class is available. At that time, admin team will not be there in the office. If you call to them also, there is no use. Yeah, Gunjan, can you go to our website now?
Yes.
Open Ashok IT website. Just go to Ashok IT website. Not teachable, Ashok IT website. Yeah. Not that one, sir. That is different website. Just click on Ashok IT. Go to Google. Ashok, yeah, type Ashok, that's it. Yeah, click on that website. Guys, all of you observe now. Yes, so once you click on this website, click on login. Use the sign in with Google option. Yeah, so use your Gmail account to access our website. Yes, once you use Gmail account, sign in with Google. Here, one second. Go to top. No, don't click on that.
Go to next tab, previous
Go
tab.
to the previous tab. Yeah. So guys, observe. Once you go to Ashok ID website, there is an option called sign in with Google. Once you sign in with Google, it will navigate you to the My Courses page. In the My Courses page, you can see the course that you have purchased. So you have purchased Java Real-Time project. Here you can see class timing is 7 a.m. daily. Join class option is available. View notes option is also available. Click on view notes. Yeah. So the class notes is available here. Click on download option. Yes, this is the demo notes that I have uploaded. You can save that file. Control S if you press, that file will be saved into your system. Can you open the Linux notes, today's notes? Go to the previous tab. Yeah. Click on the Linux notes download. Yeah. Click on this. Scroll down. So can you see the notes till today, guys? Whatever we discussed in the class, that notes is also available. You can download that. You can use it as a reference for the practice. Okay? Good. Thank you.
Hello, Ashok sir.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Yesterday I tried the payment, but some
Yes,
issue
sir.
I
I'm
was
coming to
facing.
that point. I'm coming to that. Yeah. Gunjan, you can stop your screen share.
Okay, sir.
For joining the live classes, we have to register on a daily basis.
Hello. Hello.